It's the show with more meat than a sausage factory. It's the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
Space is the final frontier. Then this is just the pit stop at the rest area that is near. It's the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. It's the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. It's the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. It's the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast in your ear. Poddamn Idiotz.
Poddamn Idiotz.
From the Henplex Studios in Battle Creek and a room in San Marcos, Texas, where it's a crisp 69 degrees, it is the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children preferably of no ages, the Poddamn Idiotz proudly brings you episode 2, coming to you from the Henplex Studios in Battle Creek, Michigan. He puts the fine and financial advisor. He is Jay Hizzle. He puts the ass in jackassery and the spade in spade and new to your bets. Ric Spade. And he puts the do not in donut. He is Officer Captain Slow. And I'm not even my mom's favorite idiot. I'm Texas.
Hopefully your second favorite. Oh, man. So how's everyone today?
Good. I'm here.
Well, then you got to be doing great.
Yeah.
Still alive. I haven't been killed by murder hornets or Carol Baskins yet, so.
Well, that's good.
Watch out for that sardine oil. You'll be good.
Mr. Spade, why? What's happened this week?
Well, funny story happened with me and Captain Slow the other day.
Uh-oh.
Canoe slap.
So, here's what happened. So, we were on our way to go get his kayak from an undisclosed location.
Wait, he got a kayak?
Well, he had a kayak, but
Okay.
it's been stored somewhere, and we went to go pick it up. But we were doing it covert style, you know.
Like, in like...
You're like a ninja.
Oh, you were dressed as ninjas, or you had like camouflage on?
It was more like one of those sneak and goes, but in the day where people can't see you, so, you know.
Okay.
Anyways,
It's confused.
so we got her all tied up, and, you know, we had it off to the side, and we're taking the back roads, and there's some people jogging. And as we're going, I'm kind of creeping over on the bike lane. And, yeah, they kind of dived out of the way. So I put on the brakes, and I was like, did I hit them? And Slow just kind of looked at me. And I was like, well, I'll back up a little bit. So I backed up, popped my head out the window. I was like, you all right? They're like, you almost hit me. And I said, canoe slap, bitch. And I sped off. So that was the highlight of my week.
Wow. So you... So let me
Attempted
get this
canoe
straight.
aside.
You almost hit him with your truck or the canoe?
The canoe.
Because it was sticking out, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I get it. So you were just driving, forgetting you have a canoe, and then you, you almost took someone out, and then you made sure they were okay, and then insulted them.
Canoe slap, bitch.
Well, hey, you know, at least that good on them to dive off, I guess. Do you think it would have hit them if they didn't dive?
No.
Oh, okay, so they were
No.
kind of being a little bit,
Overcautious.
yeah.
No. So hashtag canoe slap, bitch.
No harm, no foul.
Nothing was ever exaggerated.
So, yeah, nice. So, Captain B, what's happening with this new canoe? It sounds like you've had a good week.
Well, I've had this kayak for
All right.
15 years.
Kayak. Oh, so it wasn't like you went and got it from a store.
I was
No.
in storage.
Oh.
Although he did get a new toy today.
Oh.
I did. Well, I got it yesterday, but I used it today. I got myself a griddle.
Yes, the hibachi grill.
Yes, so I cooked on it today,
Have-
and it made some fajitas, and they were absolutely delicious.
Have you guys been to a hibachi grill
Let's
before?
see if we can see this.
Whenever I go to the Japanese or the
there
Chinese
we
place,
go. There's the fajitas I was doing.
whenever I go to the Chinese place, I always get the stuff out the hibachi.
So back in my Wisconsin days, everyone liked to go there for their birthday because you get like a $25 gift card or something like that. I still chose Olive Garden or Red Lobster because I really like those places. But and when you're at Olive Garden, when you're there, your family.
Whenever
Olive Garden spokesperson over there.
whenever I go
so
to
good.
like a place that has a hibachi grill, they always look at me funny because I'll pile my plate full of like meat and corn and green pepper, and they're like, "You're gonna eat all that?" Yeah,
Well-
just because I'm a skinny white guy doesn't mean I can't fucking eat this.
Skinny. Just kidding. He's probably in the best shape of all of us.
I'm a fit 196 pounds.
These are
Thank
where they
you.
can go out and run 3 miles and not die.
I can run, that's true. But so at the hibachi grill, everyone sits around. Well, it's like a bigger version of what you got, and it's kind of fun because they'll like put it all on there and they'll throw stuff up. Like when he's doing the butter, he'll throw it up and be like butterfly, butterfly, and he'll make like a volcano of onions and then make it explode with the grease. And like they're really talented, and they'll balance like the egg on the spatula. But then what they'll do is they'll like throw food at you, and you have to try to catch it with your mouth. And they also have sake. It's like, and it's in a bottle and they squeeze it in your mouth. But I'm not good at like drinking things really fast. And so I told him I didn't want any, but he told me I had to catch the broccoli in my mouth then. And I missed the first one. And then I was like, oh no. Because what happens is then it overflows and gets on whatever I'm wearing. Because again, I don't drink things fast. And he's like, double or nothing. And I put my life on the line and I caught that piece of broccoli. But yeah, so they literally fling food at you and you have to try to catch it. It's very interesting. But man, their hibachi, I get hibachi shrimp and scallops. So good.
Yuck.
And then they have yum yum sauce to dip stuff in.
Is it yum yum?
Oh my gosh, yum yum sauce is so yum yum. Hibachi grill. I miss restaurants. You can go sit and eat in them. In Wisconsin though, they just opened up.
You
So
can go down to Indiana and sit and eat in a restaurant.
that's true too.
And that's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
It's exciting stuff. But Texas, what's happening in Texas this week?
Oh, sorry, I fell asleep with your hibachi story there.
Ouch.
Nothing really. I worked too darn much, and some severe weather. There was a tornado in the town next to us yesterday.
Yikes. That's kind of crazy.
Other than that, really nothing.
Well,
Just the same old
Things
Josh.
are open now, but it's my choice to stay home. I work too much.
that's fair. That's fair.
My body, my choice.
There you go. Yeah, my week's been pretty much just doing some work, and there was actually some nice days, so I was able to get the Corvette out. Oh, I mowed the lawn, and while I mowed the lawn, I got a push mower that I was all excited about, and I couldn't get it to start because most of it I can ride, but there's a steep hill that I can't ride, and I just weed whack, and it takes forever, and it takes like multiple charges. So I was all excited to try this used lawnmower that actually came from the garage of Brian's house,
Yes, it did.
and it's not working. My dad
It
told
used to
me.
mow my lawn.
My dad told me it might be a spark plug issue. He's had to clean that out before because it worked perfectly at the end of last year. And my rider died, and I don't understand. It survived a year of harsh Wisconsin weather when it was like -30. It's in a heated garage all year, and then it dies and I have to charge it up. But
What's it doing? Just the battery?
yeah, just the battery died. I did not unplug it, but I never do. So maybe it went longer without starting. I don't know. But anyway, it's all charged and it's working good now. But I mowed the lawn. First mowing of the year.
Man, I already done 4 mowings.
Oh, well, my
I've
grass
done
was
one.
really long, and I'm sure all the neighbors were like, yeah, we don't appreciate it.
Single-handedly dropping their property values.
Actually, funny thing is my neighbor, my tenant, because I'm in a duplex, has a riding lawnmower, but it's older, and I think it might have died when she she or maybe, I don't know, someone in either her or one of her kids did it, but I think it died doing a strip, so it's just sitting in the backyard. And my mom laughed and said she probably just put it there to tell you, mow the lawn.
That sounds accurate.
But anyway, it's all mowed. I tried to do it in the weekend. It did not happen because of my battery issue. But yeah, so a week and getting closer to June here in a couple weeks when hopefully the state of Michigan opens up, because this episode is being recorded while in quarantine. Dun, dun, dun. But
I highly doubt your state will open up.
I think it will.
The courts will make it open.
I feel like everyone's starting to do stuff anyway. Like, I noticed the roads and stuff are busy again. People are hanging out again. I mean, we're at that point now. So the curve has been flattened.
The drunks are back out on the road again.
The drunks are back. Back again. But, yep. But guys, I got some really important news stories, because you know how I always like to scour for the most important news that I feel like everyone should know. It's true. It's true. So let's start with one of the more important news stories. Actually, Rick brought this one up to my attention. Elon Musk, who, he's the founder of Tesla. I think it'd be cool to have a Tesla car someday. But he welcomed a baby into this world. And I was thinking he was going to name it, like Model X or something like that. And I was kind of close. But I'm going to mispronounce this, so Rick will correct it. But he named his baby X Aeon A12.
X Aeon Arc 12.
Okay, X Aeon Arc 12.
Yes.
The
The X is just the letter X. The AE stands for Aeon, and then the Arc 12 or the A-12 is supposed to be for the plane model, the Archangel 12.
I mean, it's very interesting to actually look at the spelling. Like, I'm not really sure when this kid grows up and he has to do like testing and he has a bubble sheet. I don't think there's going to be any way he can fill out his name properly. He'll just,
First day of class,
Yeah.
teacher's looking at the class list.
so
X?
the
How are you supposed to put that on a computer? Is there a function key? I mean, is he going to get a special keyboard made because, his dad is Elon Musk?
everything's typable except for the AE that's combined together. Which, how do you pronounce that again?
Aeon?
Aeon. Aeon is just it's like a capital A, but with the right line turns into the capital E. So it's very interesting.
I mean, that just goes to show you can literally name your child anything. So my third child is going to be Delta Q Batman symbol.
And then are you going to teach him to talk like this?
I'm Batman, motherfucker. Don't say that, Batman.
Bad word.
Bad word.
Bad word.
But yeah, so interesting news on the Elon Musk.
You done messed up, Aeon.
And speaking of Elon Musk, he comes from the state of California, which
Stinks.
some people would say California stinks, right?
Yeah, San Francisco's bad.
Yeah. Well, Southern California.
Full of human feces.
Yeah, actually, I do hear they have people that go and clean that up now. It's rough up in San Francisco area, but there are parts that are really nice too. I visited there, and there's some really nice areas. And
You were just there at the beginning of the coronavirus, right?
not in San Francisco.
I mean, you were in California.
Yep.
Did it
Yes, we
smell-
were.
Did it smell in that area?
No, there was actually almost no one on the roads or anything. It was amazing.
That would be nice in
Like if-
California.
If you weren't going like 90, you were gonna be mowed over by traffic.
That is true, yeah.
And we had the car to do it, so it was awesome. Good times. But in Southern California, there is a stench, and the stench is being blamed on glowing algae. And so, this is ABC 7 out of Southern California. The report of mysterious stench causing complaints across Southern California might be the result of algae dying off in the ocean. So residents across Southern California, including LA, so this is all the way up to LA, complained of a mysterious odor Tuesday. And the utility provider, SoCal Gas, said workers determined the smell is not natural gas leak, which that's a good thing. So, which then meant that the South Coast Air Quality Management District, they did their investigating, and they determined the odor is likely coming from the ocean. Based on what we've seen, we do believe it's organic in nature, coming from the red tides. So it's very interesting that algae is giving off a stench that's causing California to literally stink.
So that's its decomposing smell.
It decomposes.
So do you think if we weren't in quarantine and stuff was moving around that, we wouldn't have this smell?
I don't know. That's interesting. Because obviously there's not all the ships and cruise lines and stuff going right now. But
it didn't stink when we were there, but we were there kind of at the beginning of the coronavirus outbreak.
And we were in the ocean.
Yeah,
well,
you were there pre-lockdown.
That was before the Rona killed the algae.
So yeah, it's the Corona killing. And man, there's a lot of news revolving around animals. This is exciting. All right, so they've been having break-in problems in Tennessee. I don't know if you heard about that, but bear breaks into Tennessee cabin, steals snacks, drinks, and allergy pills. Because let's be honest, like there's allergies out there, and bears suffer it too.
It wasn't
Well,
the
I mean-
bears, were they?
So what?
It wasn't the chainsaw bears, was it?
It didn't mention them being chainsaw bears, but you never know. It could be.
Hey, with everything being in lockdown, Yogi and Boo Boo need to get their food somewhere.
It's true.
Hey, Boo Boo, let's break into this house.
And
See
then-
what they got to eat.
Pick a basket.
Yogi, I don't think the Rangers gonna like that.
Who gives a crap, Boo Boo? Let's go.
The Ranger's in quarantine. He's not here. Yeah, a group of vacationers captured photo and video when a bear broke into their Tennessee rental cabin and made off with candy, beer, Diet Coke, and allergy pills.
Wait, he took off a beer?
Yeah, they got rid of beer. They got some beer too.
Looking for a good time.
Did he get Corona? Was it Bud? I mean, I gotta know.
Yeah,
Was
man.
he wearing a hat that said Smokey?
I don't know, but the lady said she knows some bears outside their cabin. They're in Gatlinburg while her husband was out golfing.
Only you
They're
can
casing the
prevent
place.
wildfires.
She just started pointing, and I was like, what? So I turned and looked, and there was a bear just putting his full force on the door, and then the door opens.
I do have to say, though, you said in Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg is a very beautiful town. If I am ever to move to Tennessee, I'm moving to Gatlinburg.
Yeah, but so this wasn't like a
Let's do
breaking and entering when no one was home. This was like, we don't care, we're breaking. This is basically like armed robbery.
Are we sure these weren't like people in bear costumes then?
Oh,
He
there.
has his right to show his bare arms.
Oh, definitely the picture. Definitely, it was right to bear arms. Yeah. So the bear rifled through their cabin while 3 more bears waited on the porch. That was the getaway bears.
The ones to look out.
Police were summoned to the cabin, were able to chase the bear and its waiting compatriots away from the cabin. They got 5 pounds of Reese's peanut butter cups and a pound of M&M's, 2 pounds of Sour Patch Kids and 2 bags of potato chips, 2 beers, 2 Diet Cokes, and about 20 Zyrtecs.
Wait. Were these bears high? What the hell?
How much crappy food were these people going to eat?
Pluto.
2 pounds of chocolate.
Did they rob a candy store first?
I know.
What the fuck?
5
Those
pounds
bears
of
must have been high.
peanut butter cups and a pound of M&M's.
But like the amount of shit's almost more like special than the fact that the bears decided, hey,
Yeah.
boo boo, I'm going to.
Yogi and Boo Boo took advantage of that one.
Yeah, that
Yogi, you better get me some fucking Reese's cups.
I just like how they
Okay,
took the
boo-boo.
Zyrtec too. Like,
Well,
my nose has been running. I can take these Zyrtecs.
I got an allergy. I'm gonna need it after I get out of this picnic basket.
How did that one bear carry it all out of the cabin?
They eat it all in the cabin.
That's a lot.
He put that shit in a shopping bag. He's like, oh, where I
Because
go?
the other bears were waiting outside for him, so he must have brought some of it to
It
share.
was in the picnic basket.
Yep, he had a picnic basket with him. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take that. I'm going to take this.
Huh.
Oh, look, 2 bears. Let's go, boo boo.
I don't know if that picnic basket could hold that because you were like 2 pounds of Skittles and 2 pounds of Reese's cups and
How do they open the, like, he just put his paws on the door.
Package, you know.
So, no, open the door, I'm thinking. It must have not been latched all the way, or maybe bears are kind of like velociraptors.
maybe
Well,
it,
you know, like a 500-pound animal.
well,
hitting a
well you
piece
said
of
he
wood.
forced it open, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So maybe it was like cracked open a little bit. and
Definitely.
you just potted out.
Definitely breaking and entering. But, oh well, what can you do? It was,
Arrest him.
yeah, that'd be unbearable. Oh, man. So now we turn to Boston, where peacocks are on the loose. But this is.
They didn't go to the Cheers bar, did they?
Oh, but don't worry though. Boston police were on it. A Boston police officer uses a mating call to capture the escaped peacock.
Reminds me of our time at the zoo when you're mating. Dance of the white peacock.
This is out of Boston. A Boston police officer used a mating call on his cell phone to lure a peacock escaped from the Franklin Park Zoo into custody. Officers on patrol Monday in the area of Franklin Park Zoo received a tip from a concerned citizen that an animal had escaped the zoo. Boston Police Department statement show. Additional officers arrived at the scene and were met by an extremely large, slightly intimidating, and quite beautiful male peacock, the statement said. An officer on the scene relied on his quick wit to track down a peacock mating call on his cell phone, successfully luring the bird to a fenced yard where he waited patiently for the arrival of the Boston Animal Control.
And what does a mating call sound like?
That poor
And that was a recording of it, not Justin.
that poor peacock. You know, he got all excited. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna get some," and then he just gets thrown back in.
It was strutting
Those
stuff.
damn pigs.
Watch, he got in there. Maybe it was a dog in the yard or something.
So we're gonna end up with dog peacocks. Dog cocks? No.
Dogs?
Never mind.
Peacocks?
They're called
Never mind.
Yeah. What would you do, Mr. Captain B, if you got called to a peacock? Like you got called and there's a peacock running around. What do you do if an animal? Do you actually try to get the animal, or do you just wait for animal patrol and get everyone away from it?
What animal?
Tase it.
Control?
Oh, so like, what would you do if there was a peacock on the loose you had to catch, or like?
I wouldn't catch it.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do.
What if there's like a dangerous dog on the loose?
Then I try and catch it.
Okay.
Those little long pole thingies.
Do you
The
have?
rope at the
Do you
end?
have those?
No, but other people do.
Oh, okay. Can anyone give me a long pole to borrow? I gotta capture something.
Hey, be working out in the rural stakes. You gotta herd goats, cows, horses, pigs. They all get out, and you gotta herd them.
I would love to
Now,
see Brian trying to herd something.
Now, do you gotta like get your cell phone out and find like a cow mating call to get them to go?
That's mad cow disease.
Okay,
Drive next to cows
So-
with lights and sirens, and they'll just run off into the woods. Like, okay, good enough.
this is a true story. I was coming home from work one day, and there was a police officer with his lights on the road, and we kind of live on a little narrow street. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And all of a sudden I see another cop car pull up. They were trying to herd a cow that got out of a yard. And they're like driving, trying to maneuver this cow. And I'm just sitting there going, all right, in Texas, we have a slow speed cow chase going on. This is absolutely amazing.
Got the helicopters above.
I didn't see the helicopters.
I was just kidding. There wouldn't be for a cow, I don't think. They could just have drones for that.
Horses get out.
There goes the cow and the
That's
white
usually
Bronco.
Yeah.
The cow,
Could you imagine them on the loudspeaker? Cow, I need you to go back to the barn. Move over immediately.
I will say, one of the officers was an extremely attractive female officer, and I almost wanted to get pulled over by her.
Kinky.
Surprised you didn't try to herd the cow to help, and she'd be like, "My hero."
What would have been your pickup line?
I don't know.
I'll see.
I'm
That I don't know doesn't work. How about hi?
hey, you know, I was married for 12 years. I'm now single. Hey, ladies, I'm single. The dating scene is so different. I don't know what to say anymore. Like it's just
Hi.
like Justin keeps giving me, how much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice.
Or
This is why Justin's single.
is that a mirror in your pocket? Because I can see myself in your pants.
That would get you slapped.
Many times.
Yeah,
But it might actually work once in a while.
well, a girl taught me that one, so I figured it's got to be right?
You know, I know this is off topic, but back in, I think, 7th or 8th grade, when they had those Valentine's Day matching tests or whatever, remember?
No.
And in Harper Creek, they had like these little quizzes you could do where you fill things out and they would tell you who you match with.
Mine came back blank.
I do remember that.
I don't.
One of the questions.
I don't remember this.
One of the questions was, what was your favorite pickup line? And one was, do you have a mirror in your pocket, which is kind of weird for 7th or 8th grade. My favorite one was, I'm like, milk, baby, I'll do your body good. I'm like, how is this on a 7th or 8th grade thing in freaking Harbor Creek?
Milk is good for you, though.
Says the milkaholic.
Yeah, that's a good pickup line. That probably works. I'll try
Makes
that.
All right.
Strong.
Moving on.
Moving on. Oh, I got another animal one for you guys. This one has to do with a guinea pig. I had a guinea pig growing up. His name was Red.
I
was a really good
remember
guinea pig.
Red.
He was a great guinea pig. Him and we had a German Shepherd mix. His name was Frisbee. And I took a picture of them eating pudding for an art project, and it actually like won something. I don't remember what, but it was pretty cool. But anyway, I was a photographer for a day. But an escaped guinea pig gets rescued from Ohio sewer. Which does that mean that you got rescued from the whole state? I don't know.
Ohio does suck.
Go green.
Go white.
Did he
Hail
take
to the victors.
underground?
I don't know, but public employees in Ohio City rescued a guinea pig that escaped from his family's home and fled into a sewer. Oh, Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Metropolitan Sewer District said a family called the agency's 24-hour hotline to report their guinea pig, Snowball, had dashed into the sewer and wasn't coming out on his own. So the sewer district workers, Jeff and Reggie, responded to the neighborhood, and Green was lowered into the manhole. I'm Jeff Green, to look for Snowball. The pet was spotted in a narrow sewer pipe that leads to the street. The workers used a basketball that was slightly smaller than the pipe to nudge Snowball until Green could reach the animal with his hands. The sewer district said Snowball is not injured, but he needs a bath after being returned to his owners. So it's a happy story.
That is shitty.
And tell the city charges them $1,200 for retrieving their fucking guinea pig.
That's what they pay taxes for.
Yeah, hopefully they didn't do that. And you know how we talked about those killer Asian hornets, the murder hornets?
The murder hornets. Don't let them sting you.
Well, this week the bees, the killer bees heard about that, and they're like, no, you're not stealing the headlines. And this is actually a little sad in a way, but Arizona bee swarm kills 3 dogs, fire official says. No, these bees were like, zzz, zzz. They were not happy, and an aggressive bee swarm attacked and killed 3 dogs in Arizona on Wednesday. It was southeast area of Tucson, forcing fire crews to foam the aggressive insects in the effort to kill and contain the swarm. So they said this is rare cases, but the article goes on to talk about how the bees actually kill people in Arizona as well. So they said as the sun starts to come out through the day, what will happen is bees are transient. They follow the queen because they love the queen, right? Hail the queen. And they create a hive around the queen. The queen will move to a location. They'll set up a hive in a cooler area. They may stay for a few hours to days. And during this time of year, hives grow exponentially, which causes colonies to grow new queen bees. I didn't know you could grow new queen bees.
There's one queen bee, and that was it.
Interesting.
Well,
they
got to have a predecessor. So
that's true. So they grow these queen bees, and the hive split in half, and half the colony stays behind. The other leave the queen in search of a new home, and that's when the bees swarm, and they've killed and caused injuries to numerous people in Arizona over the years. In April, 2 people are actually taken to the hospital, and several were stung after thousands of bees swarmed a senior living facility. Ooh, that's tough. A woman in her 80s got stung more than 30 times on her head, face, and neck, and while the caregiver was stung more than 50 times all over her body. So yeah, apparently the killer bees did not take good to these murder hornets taking over the news. And so you just got to watch out for all flying insects that have stingers, apparently.
I already do.
Yeah. See, that's why I like the Midwest. Although we do have to deal with winter, I like all the 4 seasons, and we don't have as many like killer animals around here. Like Texas actually has to deal with scorpions.
And rattlesnakes.
You know, speaking of bees, slightly off topic, but did you see they rediscovered the blue bumblebee in Florida?
They did?
Yeah.
Like colored blue?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh.
Like it'd been missing for like ever, and all of a sudden it just made its return. I noticed that today. I was like, that's awesome.
That's
Maybe
pretty
the bees
neat.
aren't all dying off.
I actually saw, this is off topic. Not really. I saw a cardinal the other day. It was red. It was flying in my driveway. Just thought I'd share that because I thought it was
We
neat.
live here.
So apparently quarantine did the blue bumblebee good. People go away, blue bumblebee returns.
Yeah.
Yay.
Blue bumblebee returns, we release alien footage, whatever.
One thing good about the quarantine is the roads have been easier to drive on. Not the pothole part, but the less people part.
Although I wish Michigan would have been smarter with the roads compared to other states because
You actually fix them.
well, yeah, because Trump was talking about people are going to be on the road soon, and a lot of states were fixing the roads because no one was on them. My God, that would have been brilliant.
They are doing some of our roads around here, but
Right, but they're doing them now. If they had started when we first put everybody on lockdown, half the roads could have been done already.
They're just
No
now
one's on
closing the penetrator once people start to drive again.
yeah. Oh well, what can you do? The government's not always good with anything.
Vote for a better governor.
So your governor,
He's not a dictator.
they're
or a
doing
tyrant.
a side-by-side comparison of New York State to Texas. Texas population 22 million. New York's 19,500 or 19,500,000 or whatever. And it was then they were showing like the tax. So state tax is 0% in Texas, 8% in New York. And then they were showing like COVID cases. It was like I don't know, it was like 19,000 maybe in Texas and like 45, 50, 60, 70, some outrageously high number in New York. And then they're showing the deaths. But
Well,
in all
if you-
fairness,
If you actually look at the comparisons between Republican governored states and Democratic governored states, the amount of cases in Democratic states are 10 times higher than in Republican governed states,
That's because
and
they're made up.
deaths too.
I mean, I will
But
say,
then again,
obviously,
But then again, from what I've heard and I've read from medical people, I've even heard it out of the mouth of judges. If they've died for some other reason, like a heart attack, gunshot, suicide, but they like test them for COVID anyways, and they tested positive for COVID, they will mark that as a COVID-related death. That's just a bunch of bullcrap.
well, that's because
And
they're
then-
getting paid for it.
Then they have to cremate the body, so you can't go back and test them again.
Because I know, like, if you get COVID cases or deaths, I think it's Medicare and the government's paying the hospitals a certain amount of money per one to deal with them.
30,000, I think, for a positive test, and like 50 for a death.
So obviously, if
Something
there's a
like that.
way they can make a little more money, they're gonna do it. But no, I mean,
Like, I will,
in all fairness, Democratic states usually have some of the cities with larger populations in one area, like Chicago, New York City, Detroit. But I mean, Texas has some big cities though, and it was
Dallas, San
amazing.
Antonio.
It was amazing
Houston.
how low everything was in Texas.
Well, you got to remember too. Supposedly, COVID dies in heat, and it's a lot more humid and stuff in warmer states than it would be like
Yeah,
here.
it dies almost instantly in the sunlight, I guess.
That's true. It's a lot harder for it to survive there too. So it was just kind of
Yeah.
interesting looking at the comparison.
and it was 92 today, so, and I was outside in the sun. I'm COVID-free.
It hit the mid-60s today.
And New York, New Jersey is the worst hit, but even where we're at, Michigan is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Fourth.
maybe top. Well, this is deaths per 100,000 people that I'm looking at, and there's 6. Wow, District of Columbia is up there. Rhode Island, but Hawaii, Wyoming, Alaska, South Dakota, so low populated places. But Texas is right down really low with those low populated. Tennessee, they're actually pretty low.
And that's kind of funny considering we opened everything back up 2 weeks ago, and like everything seems to be going fine with that. But
It's interesting.
hey, let's play a game.
Oh, you guys ready?
Oh, I think we are. All right. So for today's game, based off a game, we're going to do it a little different than the rules say, but we're going to play a game called
Like
Bad
schools.
People.
Oh, bad people.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do.
Governor of
We're
Michigan,
going to play a couple
bad
rounds.
person. Oh wait.
No, not like that.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So I got some cards here, and each one of them is going to have a topic on there, and we're going to see out of the 4 of us who it is for most likely to be. We're going to vote. We're going to discuss. We're going to see what happens. And we will see who that card is based on. So, are you guys ready?
Let's do this.
All right.
Do it.
We're going to start with a regular card just to get everybody warmed up here. All right. All right.
Round 1. Ding, ding.
Gentlemen, out of the four of us, who has the worst poker face?
Justin.
Yeah,
Justin.
it's true.
Because he said it last week. He would sit there and be like, look at my poker face, poker face. You know, he was sitting there singing it.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember when we used to play, but like Brian used to be a really bad bluffer.
What do you mean? I got second place in the league.
However, the one thing about having a bad poker face is if you can hold it together one time, people will believe whatever face you have.
But the thing is like you used to be like real goofy when you'd get cards, so it's real easy to tell.
Yeah, I'm like, I know what this is. This is good, guys. No one's gonna put any money in.
But yeah, there was times where B was a little overconfident.
I didn't really bluff much because I don't like doing things when I had bad hands.
It was hard to tell with me, obviously, and you know, I taught Texas a little bit about bluffing, and he did really good when me and him went to that one tournament together. So
I lasted longer than Rick did.
yeah, but you got to remember, I had some stiff competition too.
Wow.
All right. So we're all in agreement. Jay Hizzle, you have the worst poker face.
It's true. It's true. What
All
can I
right.
say?
This one's going to be a little more dirtier. This is from the not safe at work pile. Gentlemen, most likely to Google the age of consent in the state they're traveling to.
Rick.
Texas.
Rick.
Rick.
All right, we'll go with Rick.
What? I need someone to explain this to me.
Well, so
you like the young ones. You get that 19-year-old, right?
No.
it's true. Because you know, like she's really cute, and I'm in a state that I don't know. I think it's 18, but what if it's 17 and she's 17 and I can make this work? So, you know.
Okay.
And-
In what world would I be like, oh man, that 17-year-old's hot? Like,
You can't tell people's ages these days.
Sometimes when they're 16, they look like they're 27,
Yeah, like
well, I know this, but
you just got to be careful. And fake IDs make it even harder.
and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And 90% when I travel, I have my kids with me, so I don't even think about it. Ask Justin. We were in California. I never thought about it once.
It's not like when I was in Wisconsin, I'm like, man, I wonder if there's any 17-year-olds and I can bang them. I mean, what the fuck?
Like if I go on dates, even I get a copy of their license first. Just kidding.
All
That's
right.
why he's single,
That's why I
folks.
never go on dates.
Okay, so I'm going to need your ID. I'm going to need a credit card to hold just in case this doesn't work out.
And I also need your social security number so I can do a background check.
I always will pay for the first meal on the first date. 'cause
Just the first one.
That's
Okay, all the others?
that's not
No,
quite
I'm
what
just-
I thought he was going to say there.
I figure if
I will
someone,
always pay for it.
whether it went good or bad or whatever, if they're nice enough to take the time out of their day to come meet me somewhere, then I'll pay for it. That's nice of them.
Usually the guy does pay for stuff unless they're like, I want to go Dutch, which, you know, we're in that new generation.
Yeah, but that's where you just grab the receipt or their seat. You grab
Yeah.
the thing before they can get it.
Well, the new generation, they don't even talk on a date. They just stare at their darn phones and don't acknowledge that they exist.
Oh, I usually just stare at my date.
Are you going to finish eating that?
Hey, so what do you do for a living?
Are you gonna eat that last slice?
You know, I saw you got macaroni and cheese. I really like macaroni and cheese. Can I have it?
Do you want to share dessert or can I have the whole thing? I'm kind of working on my gut.
Waiter, can I get grilled cheese and the lady would like a glass of milk?
Some cottage cheese on the side, please.
Are you gonna drink that milk? But anyway, Rick,
It's for you.
You
but
win
it's
that
really
round.
for me. Okay.
congratulations.
All right. So let's find out now.
Round 3.
Out of-
Ding-ding.
Out of the four of us, most likely to have had sex in the back of a taxi.
Rick.
Rick. I gotta go, Rick.
There are a lot of taxis. Rick doesn't travel a ton, though. There aren't a lot of taxis from Battle Creek, is there?
There's
Not
none anymore.
So I'm going to have to go with Captain B. Slow.
I live in Battle Creek too.
Yeah, but I could see okay.
It's more based on personality-wise. Who's most likely?
Well, then I'd
Rick.
probably go with Rick. But if you were to go with literally who's more likely, Ryan actually has a lady who he's marrying, and they travel every now and then, and I could see them being adventurous because they're adventurers.
I got to go with me.
If the opportunity presented itself, they would probably take that adventure on.
What did Josh say?
I said Rick.
Okay.
I got
So 1 for me and 2 for Rick.
No.
I got to go with me just because I had a hand job in the back of a school bus once. Anyways,
That's not a taxi.
No.
You realize those are for kids from the school. Don't hop on those. If you have to go somewhere, Rick. Taxi.
And back to the age of consent.
I was still in school back then. Thank you.
Okay. I'm glad you clarified that.
Not like I was on a field trip or something. Jeez.
Oh my God. That was
Boy, that went south in a hurry and not the way that I was expecting.
what we got for round 4.
All right. So, gentlemen, if we all died today, who's most likely to end up in hell?
Rick.
Texas.
Oh, I'm gonna. It's one of you two. Josh or Rick.
I got to go with Texas. Some of the shit he
I've
said,
done more shenanigans with Josh than Rick, so I'm gonna go with Josh.
Some of the shit Josh says.
I'm gonna go with Rick because we haven't had our first tie yet. So what do you guys do for a tie? Rock, paper, scissors?
We still wouldn't have a tie because Rick and Brian chose me and I chose myself.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's stuff
No tie.
there's stuff that Texas has said where he's like, man, I'm going to hell for this. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
And I do that too, but he seems to do it a lot more often.
I don't know if I wanted to say what my one was a long time ago, so I'm just gonna behave on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whose idea was it for the blow-up doll at Justin's closet? Was it
Well,
Texas or Rick?
it was.
I bought.
Here's what originally happened. What
Wait,
originally
who
happened-
was it? That person's the one I choose.
Well,
That's what I'm thinking. It was Josh.
The closet
Alright.
was a collaborative effort, but see
my
what happened.
my
was,
vote has changed.
What has happened was Texas decided to be funny and buy a blow-up doll from Spencer's.
Wait. A midget blow-up doll. Don't forget that part.
A midget blow-up doll from Spencer's, and he decided, "Hey, I got you a gift. Okay, you're being funny. I like it." So it's hilarious. So we used it on our Wisconsin trip almost every chance that we could to.
When
make
we
fun
say
of
they
everybody
used
else.
it, they just meant they like blew it up. They didn't use it for like
Actual
any
purposes.
Yeah, they just had it blown up and thought it was
That we
funny.
know of.
We made it look like it was stripping in front of a toy that Beast Slow got for his kid. We put it in his inflatable bed and waited for him to try to go to sleep.
Air mattress.
Just in case no one knew.
We tried putting it in his suitcase, but he caught it. So then we were like, well, what can we do? Because we really don't want to take this back with us.
I don't know why.
So we were like, hey, you know what would be funny? What if we stuck it on the broom handle in Jay's closet? Because what's the odds he's going to find it before we leave? And sure enough, it took him almost 2 weeks, which I don't know why it took you 2 weeks to clean your house, but it took you 2 weeks to find it. And then you're like,
Because he was never home.
Yeah, it's true. I'm never home.
but it took him
Or-
2 weeks.
oh,
And then he goes, why is there a midget blow-up doll in my closet with a broom handle stuck up its ass? And we just all busted up laughing.
And then, of course, I made sure I got rid of it before I moved. I didn't need like my mom, like, what's this?
That was funny though.
That's what we were hoping for,
She
honestly.
had fun with it.
I mean, as soon as
That
I
is
told
what we
her,
were hoping
Got good
for.
humor.
as soon as I told her like Texas and Rick were involved, she'd know it wasn't me.
But
Plus, I'm too cheap to spend money on things like that.
you are, but it was worth a fun time. So yeah,
It was worth the money spent because it was entertaining for 3 days. That's for damn sure.
it definitely was. Just to see the look on everybody's face and hear Brian at, I think it was like 2 a.m. when you finally discovered it, because me and Texas were just laying there waiting for.
I crawled in bed and there it was.
Well, we were waiting for you. Like we were just laying there quiet, and I was like, I think he's going to bed, and he's just like, hang on, stay quiet. And then all of a sudden we hear B just laugh, like, what is this? So, good times.
Next.
Good times.
What we got for round 5?
All right. Guys, who is most likely to wake up tomorrow not knowing where they are?
I don't know if any of us are.
Well,
I have water.
Well,
you have water.
Well, let's put it this way. Who drinks more out of the 4 of us? Because I know it ain't me.
It's not me.
I rarely drink.
Texas.
I barely drink. Just
Man,
when we do game night.
we're all really well behaved here.
We're 4 boring dudes.
Yeah. We barely even drink unless we're like at a social event.
And hey, ladies, 3 of us are single.
Not me. I'm happily.
I'll pay for your dinner. It sounds so.
And he'll eat your mac and cheese.
You got to give him his milk or your milk though, so it's all downhill from there. I don't know. Most likely to wake up not knowing where they are. I guess.
I've never even been black.
You know what? I'll go with me for the simple fact that sometimes I sleepwalk.
Oh, that's okay. I'll go with Texas then
I'll
too.
pick Josh.
Okay.
Because there's been times I've woken up like in my son's room, and I'm like, how the hell did I get here? And my son's like, you came in about 2 a.m. and just jumped on the bed. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry.
That's kind of funny.
So I'll say me because I sleepwalk.
All right.
Except I bought a weighted blanket now, so I don't think I'll be sleepwalking no more.
Hopefully.
Well, because it's gonna keep you from getting up.
It's
too
20
heavy.
pounds, man. It's 20 pounds.
You got to think about that. 20 pounds. You're not going to just like randomly throw that off and be like, oh.
I mean, I saw Step Brothers. You could get up and put like pillows in the oven. I don't know.
I mean, I've stumbled in my sleep before trying to find the bathroom, and then I might have just been like, "Fuck it, it's too far to get back to the bed. I'm going to go to the couch." But
It's dangerous getting up in the middle of the night at my house because you have to walk past the staircase to get to the bathroom. That's dangerous.
Oh, you do, yeah.
And the dog lays right there at the top of the stairs. Don't trip over.
Well, Brian passed away. How? He tripped over his dog when he went to the bathroom and fell down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
that's great.
Round 6. Boom, boom.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Out of the 4 of us. Oh, Jesus Christ. Can I skip this one?
No.
No.
No, because I know you guys are going to pick me because of what we just talked about in the other one.
Read
Nope.
it.
Read it
Let's
quick.
read it.
Most likely to sleep with a minor.
Oh, yeah, Rick.
Right?
I would never do that.
None of us,
fucking
I don't
hate
think
it.
would ever think about it just because of what we talked about.
Yeah, just an accident.
I tripped and fell.
I mean, no, like, you're taking the taxi and you meet someone.
I fucking hate the 3 of you right now.
Next one.
I would never do that. By the way. It just,
Next one.
no.
Make it quick.
He won, I know. But it's fine.
I think we're gonna have to add an extra one to this. All right. Out of the 4 of us, most likely to leave a party by blowing glitter in your face and disappearing.
Josh.
I'm gonna go with Justin
I do like Kesha.
because he has a weird.
Wake up in the morning. Sorry.
He's a very outgoing personality, and I could just see him doing something weird like that just for the hell of it.
I can see Texas doing it too.
I'm still picking Texas.
I could see me doing it too.
Oh, I can see.
I don't normally
You know
go
what,
to
though?
parties though, but I could just be like, you know what, I'm out.
I could see Texas doing that more than me, but I could. Yeah, I'm going with Texas.
Keeping tallies over there.
Oh, I'm just tallying our rounds.
All right, out of us, most likely to hook up with a close friend's ex.
I don't think any of us would hook up with a close friend's ex. Isn't that against like the bro
I've already
code?
done it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm going with
Years
Captain
ago.
Be
Captain
Slow.
Slow.
Years ago.
I mean, I guess it depends the circumstances and if there's permission involved or something. But
Well, there's 3 of us that are Eskimo brothers. None of the 4 of us.
oh,
But
Oh.
I mean, if you really like the girl and your buddy got to her first, I mean, you kind of have to try to see, you know what I
I'm
mean?
not saying names or anything because
It is
somebody
what
might watch it. So
it is. What it is. You
It
know.
is what it is. Well, maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know the dating scene very well anyway. It's all confusing.
It happens.
Round 8. Boom, boom.
I think we might have to do a couple more of these. All right. Who was the oldest person to lose their virginity?
Jay Hizzle.
then
I'll vote for myself.
That's great. I mean,
the youngest, Rick.
Actually, no. The youngest was Texas.
Oh,
He's like, that's
he's like,
news
it
to
was?
me.
21's the youngest?
Oh, I beat that.
Oh, then no. Yeah, I definitely beat that. I swear you got there before I did, but you know what you do when you're 13 is never mind. Anyways,
Back to the minors.
but you know what? Since some of these rounds went quick, let's do a couple more. Shall
All
we?
right. What do you got? We'll do a couple more.
All right, gentlemen. Most likely to give or receive a dirty Sanchez.
Rick.
Rick.
Rick?
Justin, you know what a dirty Sanchez is?
Do you want to?
I've heard of it on the Bob and Tom show. They sang like a song about it or something. Just like a mustache ride or something.
What's a mustache ride? I do.
Well, I could always make that the Urban Dictionary word of the day. So.
No, I'm gonna explain to him what it is. Just
Oh boy.
Justin, a dirty Sanchez is an act where someone puts their fingers into their partner's ass, then wipes any poop they may transfer onto their finger over the person's lip, resulting in a poop mustache.
Wow, that's really gross. I don't know why anyone would want to do that.
And the fact that you think that it would be me, I fucking think you all are assholes.
They're the most explorative of all of us, I would say.
That's not something I would do to somebody. Texas, maybe.
You do it too, Josh?
No. I'm saying I think Texas, like if he was like really, if like he decided he really didn't like the girl, but he was gonna hit it anyways, that's something he would do just to get rid of her.
Be like,
Do
you didn't like
another one? Or are
yourself.
we moving on to sports?
No, we got one more.
We got one more?
We'll do one more.
All right.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't do that one.
No, is it gonna pick you again?
No, there was just no way we could do that. All right, in their lifetime, who's most likely to become a pimp or madam?
Like, so either a pimp or a girl?
Well, it's supposed to be if there's girls in
Oh.
the thing. So
I
Madam
think
is like a female pimp.
And the best with money would be Jay.
I mean,
I'm gonna go with Justin.
I am a businessman. I'll choose myself.
He'd have the schedule printed out and everything.
Yep.
Go with Jay Hizzle.
Here's your itinerary. First,
Yep.
you're gonna have Bob. Then you're gonna have Jerry.
He'd have
All
to
right.
hire muscle though, because I don't think he could confront someone.
Of course I would hire it out. Yeah.
Just so you know, when you get to Ric Spade, he may give you a dirty Sanchez. So be prepared.
That's going to cost extra.
And then I gotta.
He
Google
paid extra.
Yep.
Then I had to Google the age of consent, and I had to ask for a taxi as part of
Taxi.
Yeah, except for,
A long yellow taxi that says school bus on the side.
oh boy.
Wow, guys.
You know what?
Wheels on the taxi go round and round.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that was Bad People. If you would like to play this game the way that we did it, or the way that it's supposed to be done, you can pick the game up on Amazon. Bad People.
Amazon. All right. I think it's time that we do a little bit of sports. Woo! All right, Texas,
Yeah,
take
you,
it
Josh.
away.
All right. Well, unfortunately, this week it's kind of a lighter sporting news time. UFC 249 was over the weekend. Out of my two predictions, I was 50%. Henry Cueto did win, but then retired afterwards. In quite a controversial finish, his opponent was starting to stand up, but the referee called the fight saying he was knocked out, which is kind of hard to do when you're standing up.
Wait, he retired?
Henry Cueto did after he won, yes.
Oh, wow. That's going out on top.
Go out on a high note.
And his opponent said that the referee who stopped the fight smelled like alcohol and cigarettes. So.
Which I don't know if you guys saw, but on Twitter, he was actually making fun of the fact that the guy was knocked out. The referee was going after a night of drinking and smoking cigarettes, and they posted the guy before he stood up, and I thought it was funny.
And then in the main event, Justin Gaethje won and is the interim lightweight champion. And I guess his next opponent will be, I cannot say his name, so I'll just say Khabib in September.
Part of the Elon Musk family.
Khabib
Nurmagomedov or something like that.
Makes sense that someone named Justin would win. It seems like a winner name.
And then, since we're recording this on Thursday, last night, May 13th, there was a UFC fight night. The main event was Glover Teixeira versus Anthony Smith. And Glover Teixeira won with a KO in the fifth round. Other than that, NASCAR starts back up on Sunday.
So excited.
And Ryan Newman, who in the first race of the year got into a really
Daytona.
bad car accident.
That was rough.
Will actually be in this race.
That's
so
amazing.
technically, I don't think he really missed any.
No, that's truly amazing if you see the crash that he survived and he's going to be back. That's awesome. I'm cheering for – they call him the Rocket Man.
Newman actually said, I feel like a complete walking miracle. If you've ever seen Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, when he goes flying through the air, that's kind of what happened. That's not good. I'm going through the air.
Ricky Bobby. But I'll be cheering for Ryan, and then trying to think. Oh, I really like Ryan Blaney.
I don't know who races anymore.
And
And
other
Clint Boyer.
news,
He's hilarious.
in other news, hockey and basketball are still trying to figure out how to finish their season. Baseball is trying to do an 82-game season. The owners are trying to have the players take a reduced salary since they're only playing 82 games and there's no fans, so the owners will lose about 60%. But all the baseball players are saying, well, we don't want to play for less money.
But they're not. It's per game.
Wait.
Well, they're trying to.
They're not going to allow fans back in July?
No.
That's a bunch of hogwash.
Instead of giving them, like, say, $1,000 a game, or $100,000 a game, they're trying to give them like $75,000 a game.
Oh,
and baseball players are like, oh, it's not worth it to play.
I mean, it's still
You're playing-
I'll play for that.
That's more than I make in a year. They play one.
That's more than I make in a year.
But yeah, I mean, I read that the stands make up 40% of their revenue, and the other 60 is like TV.
Well, they
deals
don't
and all
have
that,
concessions or anything either. So.
No, and they're gonna have less games. I mean, what happened to playing for the love of the game?
No, they don't have that no more. Now it's all about greed and money.
They do in hockey, I think. I really, truly think a lot of players play hockey for the love of the game. Maybe soccer?
Independent wrestling.
Soccer's high paid. Some areas.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now, independent wrestling is the love of the game because those guys, you could be anywhere from $50, $100, $20. Hell,
to a hot dog.
I'd say
I got paid a hot dog when I was refereeing.
I'd
pro
say
wrestling,
MMA is
so.
probably love of the game. Yeah, there's money in the fights, but all the training and stuff they got to do, they have to love it.
I would say every sport
I mean,
for the love of the game, except for the major leagues where you're paid millions and millions. And like I said, I think a lot of hockey players are still love of the game. Even football, maybe.
If you look at it, there's a UFC fighter named Donald Cowboy Cerrone. This guy will fight anyone, anytime, any weight class. He doesn't care. There was one time he had a fight. 2 weeks later, they had another fighter drop out, and he volunteered and actually went into that fight and won on just 2 weeks.
Good. That's a quick recovery.
Cowboy Cerrone is one of my favorites. Right now, he's kind of suffering a 3-fight losing streak, but he'll fight anyone, anytime. And other UFC news, there's a UFC fight night on May 16th. So that's coming up. Other than that, there's not really a lot of sports going on.
You know, when it comes to sports, like I said, I'm just happy there's some live sports, even if there's no fans. And I'm really hoping the NHL does their draft in June, because that will really help the Detroit Red Wings, which is our team. Fingers crossed.
Sports-wise, real quick, what was your feelings on the Money in the Bank there, Texas?
It was definitely different. For the two of you who don't know, WWE normally has a pay-per-view called Money in the Bank, where they have a men's match and a women's match, and they try to climb up a ladder to get a briefcase, and that briefcase can be used for, I believe, any title, anytime, anywhere.
The heavyweight title. Anytime.
Does it really specify heavyweight? Because I know they're saying that Otis may do it for the tag team titles.
That's a rumor, but no, he wants the heavyweight title. He did an interview this week, so.
Well, anyways, this time was a little different because there was no fans, and what they did was they fought from the bottom floor of the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, to the roof, where they had briefcases hanging off the roof or hanging on the roof.
That's crazy.
The highlight of the show was watching Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black get thrown off the roof. I'm sitting there with my kids, and I go, "They just killed that motherfucker."
The virgin ears.
But I liked it. I'm happy Otis won, and Asuka actually won the championship instead of the Money in the Bank because Becky Lynch is pregnant. Congratulations, Becky.
Congratulations, Becky.
Seth, you ruined another career, damn it. Okay, I feel better now.
Top
Time for
five of the week.
Oh, is
Top
that
five.
Top five.
Five.
All right. So the top five this week is going to be top 5 favorite game shows. And when I say game shows, it can be anything from you sit and you answer trivia to win to you go through obstacle courses, any kind of game show on TV where you compete in some way to, win a game. So there's a whole bunch of good games out there. It's a tough one to kind of come up with. So we'll go around the horn here, and we'll start with Texas. Yeah.
All right, cool.
What are your top 5?
So, number 5, I'm going to go with a show I used to watch with my grandparents all the time, and that is Survivor.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like Survivor.
I would not survive.
No, I don't think I would either. Number 4, I'm going to go with Weakest Link because I love that really rude British lady. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
That's another
I
good
forgot
one.
about that show.
I remember an episode where she got really mad at the guy, and the guy was just like trying to mouth off to her, like, "Shut up, you are the weakest link. Goodbye."
Goodbye.
Number 3, I think I will go with Wheel of Fortune. I've always kind of liked that one with Pat Sajak and Vanna White.
Yeah, that's a classic.
And number 2, a show I used to watch with my grandfather when I was sick from school, Price is Right.
Yeah, this is a great one.
With Bob Barker and with Drew Carey.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
We get your pet spayed or neutered.
I've actually been to that show in person, and it was amazing.
And then number 1 is a show that's kind of been on recently, but my kids and I really seem to enjoy it, and that's Masked Singer.
Oh, I haven't actually seen that show, but I hear good things.
It's a pretty good show.
My kids like it.
All right. Captain Be Slow, what do you got?
Well, I'm going to start with number 5 is Let's Make a Deal.
Oh, that's
Brady.
a classic.
Number 4, The Price is Right. The price is wrong, Bob.
Price is Right is just, when you think of game shows, that's one of the first things that come to my mind.
Number 3, something I used to like watching, Cash Cab.
Ah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Do you think you would win any cash if you were in that game show?
Oh, no way. And number 2, Family Feud. The comments that come out of people's mouths are amazing.
I do love Family
Especially now with Steve Harvey, because his reaction.
It's great.
Yes, yeah.
There was one, and I think it's freaking hilarious if you see Steve Harvey's reaction. The question was, what was the last thing you had your finger in? And the dude goes, my wife, Steve. And Steve
That's why I love this show.
Steve just kind of looks at him and he's like, did you really just say that?
Mm-hmm.
And then, he found out it wasn't up there. So then he goes to the next person who was his wife and goes, what was the last thing you had your finger in? And looks back at the husband. And the husband's like, no, not me. I don't think so.
That's great.
One of my favorite ones was there's the 2 guys up there, and one of them I think was like a youth pastor or something like that. And the other guy had buzzed in, and he's like, "What?" And the question was, "What is something that you would like to have 2 of in your bed?" And the one guy buzzed in, he's like, "Women." And the youth pastor went up to him and like gave him a hug, and he's like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "You gave the man a hug." He's like, "That is something that's going to be talked about at church this week." Just great.
And my number 1, Alex Trebek, Jeopardy. Used to watch at my grandparents at night all the time.
I would definitely lose on that show.
I like
good.
Jeopardy, but I would not do good at that show. So,
All right, Mr. Ric Spade, what do you got?
All right, so I kind of went a different approach here.
Of course, when don't you?
Well, it is me. All right, so number 5, one of my favorites, something I wanted to do when I was a kid, and I even had the toy sets for this. I went with American Gladiators.
Oh, nice.
Good one.
I'm surprised that's number 5. I thought it'd be higher on your list.
Well, I had a lot of these, and it was hard for me to choose. So, but no, I had the toy set. I always wanted to participate in it. Unfortunately, it got shut down twice, because obviously in the 90s, we weren't old enough, and then Hulk Hogan tried to revive it with Ali's daughter, and that had a short run. But yeah, American Gladiators was my number 5. Number 4, Ninja Warrior, but not American Ninja Warrior. I like the Japanese version, Sasuke.
Okay.
That was my all-time favorite. I used to watch it on G4 all the time. I mean, I like Ninja Warrior now, but the original, that was the best. Like, that, to me, was a lot harder than what they're doing now.
Nothing beats an original.
Yeah. So, number 3 came on Spike TV. It was an original in Japan also. It went by Takeshi Challenge, also known as Most Extreme Elimination.
I was going to tell him.
I love that show.
It's not.
Like, just to sit there and listen to the American commentary of them making fun of these people getting hit with balls and all these other things, it's just fucking hilarious. And to me, that was my number 3.
Didn't that come on after Raw for a while?
It came on after Raw. It came in on the weekends. Like, they played it like 2 or 3 times because that was just one of their better shows that they had on Spike TV at the time.
I was going to name that one, so I'm glad you did.
Spike TV, Women on Trampoline.
And now it's Paramount. I miss some of the old school shows. Number 2, you pick the briefcase, you see what the dollar amount is. It's Deal or No Deal.
That's a good pick.
I like Howie Mandel. I like seeing all the women with their briefcases. I always thought I had the secret skill. And when I used to play Deal or No Deal on the little games at the arcade, most of the time I would actually get the right amount for tickets. So that was one of my favorites. So yeah, number 2 is Deal or No Deal. And my number 1, it was an original back in the day, and then they remade it. We're going with Press Your Luck and Whammy.
I don't know that one.
Big bucks, no whammies. Big bucks, no whammies. Stop. You hit that whammy, and then they had a little animated red guy go across the screen and take your money from you.
Nice.
Or you could get extra spins and stuff. And the original Press Your Luck actually had a scandal. There was a whole documentary on it where the guy actually learned that it was a sequence. So if he watched it, he could actually stop it, and he ended up getting like $20,000 or something like that. and he passed his spins on and everything, but like he ended up talking about it years later and did a whole documentary on it. But that was my favorite. Now it's all randomized, but yeah, Press Your Luck Whammy. That's my number one.
You guys remember like there was a Legends of Doom, like a Nickelodeon game show?
That's
Legends of
probably
Hidden
on
Temple.
Justin's.
That's
That's
it,
probably
yeah.
on Justin's list.
All right, so Jay Hizzle, what are your top five?
This was tough because there's so many good game shows out there.
There is.
Like, it was super tough. So number 5, though, I went with America's Got Talent. I really enjoy watching that show, and it's amazing to see how talented of people there are out there. Or when they're doing some of the auditions, how untalented people there are, which is also funny.
She bang.
You know, my favorite one on that was the guy who was like, I'm a giraffe.
Like, some of them, though, are actually kind of funny.
Butterfly.
But, like, I think Darcy Lynn is the girl that's a ventriloquist, and she's amazing because she can sing, too. And you can't even see her lips move. It's crazy.
Fantastic.
And then some of the magicians that are on there are the clairvoyants. But great show. Then number 4, we just discussed Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
Oh,
Told you
man.
that was on his list.
I was a kid. I love that show so much. And like, if I ever catch reruns, I'll just sit and watch them. I bet they're on YouTube. But
Yeah.
I just love Legends of the Hidden Temple. It was so fun. I would cheer for the Red Jaguars because my favorite color is red. But what else did
They
like
remade that show, didn't
Silver
they?
I think they're
Snakes?
getting ready to
and-
reboot it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome. I love that. Old Mac. I don't know if you remember Old Mac, but he was like the talking head that would explain everything. And then you have to get the pendants of life, and then like the temple guards would take you. But it was always frustrating though when they would suck at the last part because it's time, and you're like, "Go faster! Come on, you can do it! Why are you taking so long to put the monkey together?" But number 3, The Price is Right, baby. I love The Price is Right. Like I said, I've been lucky enough in California to go see tapings of it before, and I actually got to shake hands with Drew Carey. It was awesome.
Nice.
And yeah, it's so much fun, and they just
Shake
get
hands
the
with Texas.
yeah, with Texas looks like Drew Carey,
Maybe back when he was
but
fatter.
and Drew Carey's hilarious too. Like between takes and stuff, he'll just talk to the audience and tell stories and ask questions. Just seems like an all around great guy. Number two, American Ninja Warrior. So Rick likes the original. I didn't get into it until it came to America. And I really enjoy American Ninja Warrior and watching them go through those obstacles. Some of them make it look so easy, and it's so hard. And it's just a lot of fun. And then my favorite, this is a show, if I could be in any show I'd want to be on, Deal or No Deal. That show is just awesome. I love watching all the episodes and watching as people try to figure out what's in their case and thinking, what would I do in that situation? Would I take the deal or would I not? And so sometimes I do better than them. Sometimes I don't. But that would just be a fun game show to be on. You don't even have to be that smart to be on that show. You just got to, be lucky.
Strategize.
Be lucky and have some self-discipline. So, but those are my top 5.
Before we move on to the next subject, speaking of game shows, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but at the casino, they do like the America's Greatest Game Show. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it.
Okay, so like sometimes they'll have people that had run game shows. Like when I went to it, they had Bob Eubanks.
Oh, I heard of Eubanks.
He did a lot of the game shows back in the day, and they would just do like random games, and sometimes they give out casino credits, sometimes they'd give out cash. I actually got to do one of those. I went to the America's Greatest Game Show at the Firekeepers Casino in Battle Creek, and I got picked for the final game. And if I had made it all the way to the end, I would have got a chance to play for $25,000.
Wow, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, but just because I got picked to be one of the 10 people to play the final game, I got $1,000. So
Nice.
it just goes to show you, if you see something that you want to go to it, because you just never know.
I put $1 in a slot machine once and got 20 out. That was my big win.
Oh, last time I won enough to get a laptop. So
Yeah, I'm not good at gambling.
I like to keep my money.
But, if they ever do any of these game shows around here where they're doing like a sub version of it, we definitely should try to go. Because I know they've done like Price is Right and stuff before. So it'd be nice to try to go and do that again.
And it was cool as Rick already said he'd split his winnings 4 ways. He's so nice.
I don't remember that.
Maybe you were asleep. I don't know. But
I mean, I mean, if I won really big, I'd give you guys a little something, but I'm not about to split it 4 ways. I got bills to pay.
That's fair.
Got mouths to feed.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing in this world for free.
Not to mention he has an amazing review of the week coming up.
I do.
What do we got?
You're skipping over.
Hang on, wait. We're skipping over cop talk.
Oh, cop talk.
No one's excited about that.
No, I'm ready for some cop talk.
I don't have a lot today. First, but we're going to talk about blasphemy.
Oh.
I know. Blasphemy. Taking the Lord's name in vain.
That's not good.
No. Or profane talk is something supposed to be sacred, impious, or reverence.
That's not good.
Is it illegal in Michigan?
It should be.
Yes. Yes, it is. Does it violate amendments? Yes.
It even
Yes, it
violates
does.
amendments?
But it's still illegal in Michigan.
Well, the law violates amendments.
So basically, you're saying they cancel each other out.
No, because it's never gone to court.
Well, God damn it.
Well,
Take the Lord's name in vain in Michigan, among other states, and you're not only busted by the third commandment, but you're also on the wrong side of the law.
So is that a misdemeanor?
It is a misdemeanor. Yes, it is.
So could you actually ticket someone then?
You can actually charge somebody for taking the Lord's name in vain. It's actually still on the Michigan books. It's one of the oldest laws there is. When you open up the Michigan criminal law, it's one of the first things you read.
So you could so if you were dealing with someone that was a complete jerk and they took the Lord's name in vain, you could actually write them a ticket.
Or just arrest them for disorderly conduct.
Amazing.
But you can't. They got to be basically brought before a judge or a magistrate almost immediately.
The mayor of San Antonio, like 2-3 days ago, put it in writing that it is illegal to say Chinese virus.
What? What's
Yeah,
about that?
Oh, because it's offensive to some people. He's a Democrat,
Who's it offensive to? It came from China. It's a Chinese virus. I don't get it.
I don't know. He put in there, you cannot say Chinese virus or it's a misdemeanor or whatever. So he's basically trying to limit free speech and stuff like that. So.
I mean, the Spanish flu was. Well, I don't even know if that actually was from Spain or not.
Well, I think it's a matter of we're trying not to.
And China.
Well, Asian people in general, you know what I mean? Because
but you ask any one of them, they're not offended. It came from China.
I know, but if you sat there and you seen a Japanese person, you're like, "Oh, you gave me the Chinese flu." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, don't do. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That'd be like the Spanish flu. Going up to a Mexican person, be like, "Oh, you gave me the Spanish flu." You know,
that's totally disrespectful and called for.
It's unethical, I think.
So
yeah.
I can understand that. I guess it's just the context that you put it in.
But we go back to blasphemy. You got to think and trying to enforce this law. What gods are we talking about?
They
think
God.
What do you think? How many different belief systems are there out there in the
some
world?
people?
So, what are they taking their God? Is there a certain for what God? What one is it? You just have no idea.
I guess they mean God, not like Zeus or Pegasus or something.
Or Buddha.
What about Odin? The North's mythology. Odin, to Valhalla I go.
All I know is if you talk about the spaghetti monster, we're all in trouble. So leave him alone.
But Michigan still has this law. Pennsylvania repealed the law in 1977. But it's still here because no one's ever taken it to court. Someone takes it to court. Hey, this might be someone to take it to court and get it off the book if they listen to us.
Huh.
One of the 10 people.
Very interesting.
Hey,
that's my strange law.
Who the hell is the
Michigan.
spaghetti monster?
Okay, so There was a lady who wanted to wear a calendar on her head for her driver's license picture, and they wouldn't let her do it. And she said that she believed in the Church of the Spaghetti Monster, and they still wouldn't let her do it. So she went to court, and she ended up winning, and she was able to get it. So there are actually people that believe in the Church of the Spaghetti Monster. True thing. Look it up.
Alrighty then.
Interesting.
It's just to get out of paying taxes.
What ups? Whatever floats your boat. There's a lot of people that just start up
Usually
religion.
water.
So
Now for your review of the week.
Now we can get to Ric's big review that I've been waiting for. It's
review
a
of the
fantasy of mine.
Final Fantasy.
It's funny that you mentioned that. So yeah, I'm an avid RPGer. That's a role-playing gamer. You know.
He likes to role play.
Well, you know.
All facets of life.
It depends. School
Even on the
school teacher, doctor.
School
Anyways,
bus taxi?
taxi.
well, you know, taxi driver.
It was funny when Ric was visiting me in Wisconsin, went to the cities, and a taxi went by, and he's like, "Where's the stop sign on that thing?"
You guys are great.
Such small taxis here. Shouldn't it be yellow?
But anyways, I'm an avid RPGer for the gaming world. It's role-playing games, for those of you that don't know. And
Now you know.
the series that's near and dear to me has always been Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VI is where I got my son Locke's name from. But today, I'm going to review Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake. So in 1997, Final Fantasy VII hits homes for the original PlayStation. That's the PlayStation 1.
I have one of them.
I have the classic. I used to have the original. Got it for my birthday when I was like 13.
I have a 3. You can play 1, 2, and 3.
I know. Aren't those awesome? I still have all my original
It is.
PlayStation disc for it.
PlayStation.
So,
PlayStation.
Final Fantasy VII hit stores, and unlike its predecessor, it was the first one to be 3D. Did the polygon characters as opposed to the 2D sprites.
3Ds?
3D.
No Sprite.
Not like 3D boobs, but 3D. It wasn't flat like Mario. It was polygons. And it embarked into the 3D world. So expanding over 3 discs, which was unheard of because back in the Super Nintendo and Nintendo days, you had cartridges, but here we had 3 discs. Final Fantasy VII joined Cloud and members of Avalanche to stop Shinra from mining the planet of Mako energy, and later found out there was much more to the story as you find out about Sephiroth and the Ancients and about Genova. So this game has been highly regarded as one of the greatest games of all time, always topping the top 100 list. So, of course, I was excited in 2015 when they announced that they were going to do the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, it took 5 years to get, and we ended up getting it on the PlayStation 4 because in 2015, we were still on the 3.
Do you have it?
I do. And I had just finished it recently. With more realistic graphics and actual dialogue with a voice cast, Final Fantasy VII greatly expands where its predecessor did. And while the expansion of the story is only part of the story, it goes to over 40 hours and barely scratches the surface of the original game. That's right. We're going to have more parts to this thing. If you didn't know, the original game, over 80 hours if you did all these side quests and you tried to complete it.
It got bored in a half hour.
I like the expansive stories. I've been doing it forever. So yeah, it's not the full game, but for this being one of my favorites of all time, I will kill you.
You'll kill me because it's your favorite of all time.
A 10 out of 10. Is
That's
this your
a
first?
great rating.
I mean,
10 out
I
of 10.
guess this is only your second review, but that's your first 10.
10 out of 10.
Only
5
2 episodes
stars.
in.
6 stars if we were in the Tokyo Dome.
Wow.
If anybody wants to have a review of it, you can post it on Rick's, whatever his.
So, If you want to pick up Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's exclusive for the PlayStation 4. If you want to pick up Final Fantasy VII, you can get it on Steam. You can get it on your phones or tablets.
What is Steam?
Steam is a gaming app that you can get on your computers.
Jackbox games.
But yeah, you can pick it up on your Android. I believe you can pick it up on your iPhone. If you want to pick it up on consoles, it's available on the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox, and the PlayStation on the App Store. So,
if you want to pick it up, make sure it's of legal age.
What is it rated?
I believe it's rated T for teen, although it does have a lot of fire. And you can pick her up for $15 to $20. So there you go. Stick of bubblegum, Final Fantasy VII. Go check it out.
Woo! Final Fantasy
10 out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
And if you want to give Rick anything to review, make sure you send it to @Ric Spade on Twitter.
That's
right. Before we
He'll even review your favorite porn.
Oh boy.
As long as it's on Pornhub, because I'm not about to pay to try to watch that Pirates movie again.
Again.
You want to see my peg?
Now look, those pirate chicks were hot in that movie, damn it.
Pirate chicks. Speaking of pirate chicks, guys, I have some tweets.
Let's go.
Just a few tweets. I was looking at tweets because I like to see what people are tweeting.
Were pirates tweeting?
No, there's this guy called @RealHam on Rye. I don't know, but he said not to brag.
Sounds like a good sandwich.
Not to brag, but my car now gets 3 months per gallon. It's kind of funny because I'll have to say, when I got back from California, I did like 2 actual weeks of quarantine, and my car was probably getting 3 months per gallon too. This one was @Maryland Mudflap. If the world gets dumber, I can't help but think Pizza Hut should give a personal pan pizza to every adult who reads 12 books over the summer. Kind of like, was it Scholastic that used to do that or something like that? Or kids would get a free pizza if they read a certain amount of books?
Yeah, they still do that. Yeah. Although I remember back in the day when we were in elementary school, they would actually, you could actually get the VHSs with it too. Because I got the first 2 X-Men episodes doing that.
And then, of course, I always like to look at what are our presidential candidates tweeting about, right? So we'll start with Mr. Joe Biden here.
Sleepy Joe Biden.
We don't believe in truth. We believe in facts.
So Joe Biden was responding to, they were talking about how Lara Trump said clearly the Obama administration did not leave to this administration any kind of game plan for something like this. And they were talking about COVID-19, the whole pandemic. So Joe Biden tweets, "This is a bunch of malarkey. And you know it. We left a 69-page playbook on how to fight pandemics. You can read it if you'd like. And make sure to pass along your notes to President Trump. He could use them." Very specific, though. Why was it a 69-page playbook on how to fight?
Because he's a pervert.
I just thought that was really funny.
He likes to touch women.
It wasn't like we left a playbook. We left a 69-page playbook.
Oh, Joe.
I'm just picturing it in like in the White House, the 69-pager that says pandemics, how to fight them.
Page 1, touch your secretary inappropriately. Step 2, try to kiss somebody on the neck.
Step 3, try to smell her hair. Doesn't matter who her is.
Things in her ear.
Step 4, if you see the virus, say, "Hey, baby, how are you? I'm Sleepy Joe."
And then, of course, Donald Trump has to tweet, right? That's kind of what he does. So
it's huge.
I think he thinks really highly of himself. He would consider himself a winner, I would say. Even if he lost like at everything, he'd still be like, "I'm the best loser there is. I lose so much, I win."
Well, you gotta believe in your own damn hype. Otherwise, what?
Oh, he does. So this was one of his tweets here. "So interesting to see all these people I beat so badly. Pundits and consultants that never had a chance, telling me how to run the office. For office. Many are Republicans who should love our 280 new judges, rebuilt military, 2A, great VA, low taxes, etc. Just don't like that I beat them. I don't know what two-way is, but or this one he's talking about his record. 22-0 in my endorsements of congressional candidates this season. California and Wisconsin won big on Tuesday. Thank you to all those very brilliant voters. You will not be disappointed. It's kind of interesting. Like there's a season apparently for congressional candidates too. I guess there kind of is. But I like how he thanks all those that are very brilliant voters. For the rest of you that were stupid voters, you're all big losers and you will be disappointed because you suck.
I love your voice.
His tweets are just, whether you love them or you hate them, Donald Trump's tweets are very entertaining to read.
He went on a rant for the last couple of days about Obamagate. So
Obamagate is the biggest scandal ever. There's never been a gate like it.
It's bigger than Watergate. Like, I don't know if you can get bigger than Watergate because we're still talking about Watergate, and that happened, 40 years ago?
Water is all over that gate now. It's all about Obama. Politics is just crazy. Not just Trump, not Biden, everyone. But no, I do enjoy his tweets, and Biden doesn't tweet as much, but they're all characters. And then I gotta end because I love Arnold. His tweets aren't necessarily funny or anything. They're just fun to read. So Arnold says, I hope this helps some of you right now. And if your routine is screwed up, don't beat yourself up. You know how I feel about negative talk. Just pick yourself up and move forward. Even if it's one step further than yesterday, you can do it. He's actually
you do it darn good, Arnold.
A pretty accurate Trump, too.
Arnold's awesome. You know, Arnold, has he made mistakes in life? Yes, but I follow him, and he's like one of the most positive people. He's always positive all the time. Maybe that's why I like him so much. But
you guys know who Fluffy is? Gabriel Iglesias?
Yes.
Look up his skit that he does about him meeting Arnold.
Oh,
it's absolutely hilarious.
I'll have to do that sometime. But
you know, one tweet, just so we can add a little positivity to everybody right now, because I know everybody needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Elmo. Yeah, Elmo has his own Twitter, if you didn't know. Elmo tweeted,
Smile! Someone loves you, and Elmo loves you too.
Aww.
That was good.
Good Elmo voice.
That was a good Elmo voice.
Brian,
I learned.
Brian, who do you impersonate? Because, you know, they can do something. What can we do?
he impersonates a cop.
Don't arrest me.
Sometime I'm gonna have my brother on the show because his Elmo, I found out tonight when I was visiting, is it's incredible.
Kid love it.
Yes, my nephew loves it, and Taylor, his wife, and I were just looking at him like, "What? Where did he learn this skill?" Like, it was ridiculous.
I think sometimes it becomes an inherent trait that you just start learning random impressions as you go along.
I guess my Elmo's not that great, but
The only thing I can do is Donald Duck.
oh. Donald Duck, what happened? Sometimes do SpongeBob like Squidward.
Who lives in the pineapple under the sea?
Squidward does.
I am not a Krusty Krab.
And now, Josh.
Are you guys ready? You know what time it is?
I know what time it is.
It's this time.
The Urban Dictionary definition of the week. Take it away, Texas.
All right, Jay Hizzle. Can you tell me what Neptune's kiss is?
Neptune's kiss.
Yep.
Oh, that's something I'm guessing that asteroids happens to asteroids. It's got to be. Because Neptune is a planet, and it's way out there in the solar system. So let's be honest. Astronauts haven't been out there, so they're not kissing Neptune. And humans, monkeys, and no one's really been out there. But asteroids, when they go past Neptune, sometimes what happens is Neptune will gravitate the asteroids towards them, but not into Neptune. So it kind of starts passing Neptune, and then it goes off the I don't know if Neptune has an atmosphere, but off the atmosphere, and then it continues. And we call that the Neptune kiss.
So basically, you're saying it kind of scrapes across it like a nutsack going across the face.
Can I get
Sure.
a cricket sound on that one for you?
It's no longer available.
We got rid of that.
But
that would be.
I guess, was I close, or did more like, or was it similar but like a larger person? Like a person walks by someone and they give them a little kiss.
I swear somebody's got a little bit of ADD over there.
You were thinking of the completely wrong Neptune.
Oh, what other Neptunes are there?
Like the god Neptune.
The god of the sea. All right.
Oh,
Really? Would you like to try to do a second guess?
no, I want to hear what we got. What do we got?
Neptune's kiss, the name given to the water or piss splash, which wets one's bottom when excreting a particularly heavy crap when sitting on the toilet.
Oh, like when you drop a big load and it plops up and your butt gets.
Or
Oh,
you pee out your butt and it just splashes back up.
I didn't know that was
Did you
called
say
something.
You pee out of your butt?
Yes, he did.
Huh.
You never peed out your butt before?
No,
Pretty sure
I've
it's
never-
called diarrhea.
You've never had diarrhea, huh?
Not to where it looks
Wow.
like I'm peeing out of my butt. What the fuck?
Now,
is
in the
wrong with
rare
you?
times that happens, I'm gonna be like, I just got kissed by Neptune. That was actually kind of a cool one.
We're gonna text the next time. Oh, I got Neptune's kiss.
Oh,
Well, we can't just do one.
that's right.
I think we got to do round robin here. The bonus Harvard Dictionary definition of the week. Take it away, Texas.
All right. I'm going to start this one with Captain Slow. Can you tell me what a gentleman's wash is?
Oh, what?
A gentleman's wash.
A gentleman's wash. Oh, I'm gonna have to say, you get the car washes. And I'm just thinking, there's like a line of gentlemen that just gotta be clean, they're ready to go to the gentleman's club, right? So what they gotta do to get ready to get those dances, because the dances are gonna be close in their face. So they're gonna line up at these gentleman washes, and there's gonna be these girls inside, and they're just gonna give you the nice gentleman's wash so you're ready to go to the gentleman's.
That's amazing. That makes sense, I guess.
All right. Ric Spade, what do you got?
Okay, so when you go to those massage parlors and they give you the full service treatment?
I've never been to one of those, but okay.
Well,
Is that like a full body massage or something?
oh, yeah, but sometimes they give you a bath, and then sometimes they also give you a shower and they lather you
Are you
up
thinking
too.
about the MVP treatment at Sports Clips?
No.
Because they wash your hair. and they give you a
$45
massage.
is like you off.
No, but sometimes they'll.
What'd you just say to me?
Apparently, he wants to suck you off for $45. Anyways,
Right.
when you go there, sometimes they'll give you a bath, and then they'll give you a shower, and they'll lather you up before they give you the massage. And sometimes they before they're gonna massage you, they gotta wash the sack and the crack. So they're gonna lather you up and they're gonna spray you down. So I'm gonna go with that as the gentleman's wash.
Huh.
What about you, Jay Hizzle?
I just thought it was like maybe like community showers when, guys are in the community shower and they're being gentlemen, so they help each other wash.
I don't know about you, but if I'm going to the gym with you guys, I'm not going
I'm
to
not going
offer
with
to
you.
scrub you down. Here, let me get your back, buddy. Oh, you can't reach your testicle? Here, let me just fondle you.
I mean,
for
I
a
don't think
second.
that's what you would. That was. Yeah, I guess maybe mine's off tonight. It might not be right. Brian's.
You missed a spot.
Brian's yeah. Brian might be more correct.
I'd be worried about dropping the soap now that you said that here.
Well, I use foam soap. Oh, it's amazing. So
You go
You
to
just-
those gentlemen washes.
you literally
It is foam.
you have a can and you just and put it in your hand, and then it's amazing. It's like lather out, and it's not cold like gel. I love foam soap. Anyway, what was it? Were we right? Anyone of us?
All right. A gentleman's wash. the washing of one's genitals, usually in a pub toilet, before having casual sex after realizing one hasn't bathed in a while.
I don't know about you, but
I think all of ours sounded a lot better than that.
I don't know about you, but if I know I'm about to have sex and I
I
haven't
use
washed
a
for a
public
while,
toilet.
I'm gonna plop my junk right over the sink. I don't care who's coming in.
I wash once a day, so
I'll just do a quick lather and spray down, and
like I can't do my day. I'm not a morning person. I have to go take a shower so I can go. I guess I'm not leaving the house.
then I'll go. I'll go back
You
to the
gentlemen
stall
washes
and
himself,
I'll
so-
dry off with some toilet paper and make sure it's not stuck
We
to
all
my
do.
genitals, and good to go.
I just won't do anything like that in a public bathroom.
Wow.
You just better make sure
Especially
you
a
wash
toilet.
beforehand.
That's the interesting term to start
Yeah.
winding up the
I like
show.
my car wash though.
I like car washes. I need to wash one of my cars actually. I'll
Wanna
get
wash
that
mine
done one of
too?
these weekends. So, all right. Well, let's go. Let's go around the horn one more time here with any closing. Captain B Slow, what do you got?
Hold on. We'll get it.
Oh, he's got something prepared for his closing.
I do. I am doing something from Abraham Lincoln.
Ooh,
He's my favorite president.
he was a good one.
Very influential.
I say
All
he
right.
did great things.
My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Just always you want to overcome failure. Success does not come without failure.
That's very true. I like that because a lot of people, and you know, I'm guilty of it too, but you fail at something and you just feel like, "Oh, I'm just never going to try again then. But you actually learn a lot from failure and then you go again. And sometimes you fail over and over until you finally
Right.
get it. And I think a lot of the most successful people failed at first, but they just kept going. But I've had times where I'm like, I just suck at this. Why do I even bother? But if it's something I really want to do, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep trying and trying, and one day I'll get it. And I'm going to try to have fun while I'm learning too. I like that. Mr. Ric Spade.
I believe I was ending it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, we were going to. All right, let's go to Texas then.
All right, so I'm gonna go a little different than Be Slow there. I'm gonna quote Rocky Balboa.
Oh,
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place that'll beat you to your knees and keep you there if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit you as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you get hit or about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you get hit and you keep moving forward. How much you can take, how much you can keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get it, what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hit and not point fingers, saying you ain't where you are because of him, her, or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
I like that.
I like that too.
I really like that.
I like we got a lot of good stuff going on with the memo of you're going to get knocked down. Life's going to
Get
hit
back
you. You're
up
going to
and keep
fail.
going.
Yeah. The great Chumbawamba once said,
Oh,
"Get
God.
knocked down, but I get up again. Ain't
You're
ever
never
going to
gonna
keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again."
Ain't never gonna keep me down.
Uh,
All right,
Oh,
Jay
tough.
Hizzle, do you have words of wisdom for the week?
oh yeah, this is Zig Ziglar. This kind of goes with the same thing you guys are going. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And that just reminds me, a lot of people have dreams and things they think about, and they talk about them all the time, but they never actually start, whether they're afraid. A lot of it's, they're afraid to fail. Like I like real estate, and I always read about it, and I'm still learning a ton about it. But, I was like, what if I do it and, something goes wrong and I go broke or I lose money or something. But, one day I got my first duplex and I'm hoping to continue that now. So now I've started. And, look at Rick here. He wanted to write a book. He might have thought, well, what happens if people don't like my book? Or what if I don't write a good story? But you know what? He said, screw it. I'm starting. And he wrote a book. And I really enjoyed it. And now he's writing a second one that I'm looking forward to.
I'll finish typing it eventually.
We should do the review like next week on his book.
Ooh.
All of us do a review on it.
But it just I like that. It just reminds everyone, make sure that you start. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great.
Platform to go from.
Yep. So, all right, Mr. Spade, take us out.
All right. So before I give you my final words of thought here, I want to thank you all for joining us today at the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook. You can ask us questions, give us feedback or whatever at Poddamn Texas on Twitter or at Poddamn Ric Spade. Or, send us right on the show, send us a message through our Facebook, and we'll get back to you. But we'll give you 2 words of wisdom here. The first one is from the great Ninja Turtle. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Was that Michelangelo?
That was.
Yep.
Yes. That's great.
And if you're towing your buddy's canoe and you almost hit somebody, make sure you stop and you tell them, "Canoe slap, bitch!" Good night, everybody.